pleasure of watching in action. She is kind, gentle, but tenacious, and will tell you what you need to change about your presentation. And she does it in such a way that you were so happy she shared that feedback with you. Even though, and if anybody else told you that, you would cringe and run back to your room. We asked Polly to spend 15 minutes with you here today to try to accomplish what she did with the team in over a month and a half, which was a condensed version of normally what takes a lifelong mission of becoming an excellent public speaker. So I would like to introduce Polly, who is also an actress based in New York City. Last year she performed in The Other Mozart, a one-woman show about a true story of Mozart's sister, who is also a genius. She loves dogs, classic literature, and absolutely adores old Hollywood films. It's my pleasure to introduce Polly, our public speaking coach, to teach us some techniques and take us through our routine.
Thank you. I would like to ask all of our 5 speakers to please join and please give them a tremendous round of applause. Shake it out real quick. Just go bleh. Oh, that sucked. Come on, guys. Bleh. One more time. Bleh. Awesome, I have a microphone. Okay, so repeat after me. These guys have done it. Zip, zap, zop.
Zip, zap, zop.
Zip, zap, zop.
Zip, zap, zop.
Okay, now say it like proud entrepreneurs. Zip, zap, zop.
Zip, zap, zop.
Awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and they're going to demonstrate, we're going to zip, zap, zop each other. And this is a good thing, okay? So you're going to clap as loud as possible, and you're going to send a zip, send a zap, send a zop, okay? So you guys know what to do. Oh yeah, he's getting ready. Ready? And go.
Who starts?
Zip,
Zap, zop.
zip,
Zap, zop.
zip, zap, zop,
Zip,
zap.
zop.
Okay, now send it into the audience, and I want everyone to get a chance to zip, zap, zop. Ready? Tammy, you start. Zip, zap, zap. It's hard. You gotta make eye contact. Ready? And send the biggest, loudest, most enthusiastic zip, zap, or zop. Ready? Tammy, start again. Zip, zap,
Zop,
zip,
zap. Zip, zop.
zap. Nice. Keep going. Go as fast as you can. Go, 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 go. Zip, zap, zop. Zip, start.
Zip,
Zap.
zop. Zip, zap.
Zop. Zip. Zap. If you think it's you, it's you.
Zop,
Yeah.
zap. Okay.
Go, go, go.
Zap,
Yeah.
zip.
Zap. You gotta clap with the zap. Yeah. Go, go, go. Don't drop the ball.
Zop,
Okay, now bring it back here.
zop.
One last round.
Zip,
Zap.
zop. Zip.
Oh, it's back.
Zap.
Zap.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Tammy wants you to know that your clapping sucked. Yeah. If you have to work on anything, work on
We have to practice a lot.
Yes, right. So, why on earth did I have you guys get up and zip zap zop? Why do you think I did that? To be present. Exactly. Oh. And you had a very good zip. Okay, right. I wanted to get some oxygen happening with you guys because if we're going to change the world, we gotta have some oxygen flowing because public speaking is an act of humanity, right? And we can't do it with our heads only. We have to have full access to our full bodies and our hearts, right? Because my only access to eternity is in the present moment, right? So stay present, you got it. What's your name?
Gretchen.
Gretchen. Are you German?
Yes.
I know.
A little.
A little, and Michigan. Cool. So Bill, very kindly, thank you for the introduction. He said that I'm a public speaking coach, and I'm also an actress. And actors and public speaking speakers have so much in common. Number one is that we're storytellers. We have to be masterful guides of emotion, and we have one job and one job only. And that is to be in service of the listener, right? So I'm going to give you 3 of the biggest questions I get as a public speaking coach, and it's my intention then that you glean a little wisdom tonight, but more importantly that you know that your voice is important and that you all have the ability to be tremendous speakers, right? So what do you think is the number one thing I get as a public speaking coach? What's the biggest conundrum? Any guesses?
Fear.
Yes, of course, you're so smart, yes. So it's fear, and that comes from nerves, right? So what are nerves? It's those pesky little things that keep us up at night. So how do we conquer nerves? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to understand nerves, you want to demystify them, and then you want to befriend them. So what the hell, man? Why do we have nerves? Well, nerves are a divine gift given to us by evolution. Nerves tell us that we care about something. They give us energy, they give us focus, and the most important thing is they make you know that whatever the task at hand in front of you is important. And there's nothing more exciting to watch than someone who cares about what they're talking about, right? So the number one thing is you gotta care. And then you wanna demystify them a little bit. You guys know this, but did you know that nerves and excitement are physiologically the exact same thing in our bodies? The only difference is it's a mindset thing. So what do nerves look like? Nerves are, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh my god, what if they hate me, what if I suck, what if I die? You won't die, I promise. I've yet to see that happen, right? But you are of absolute no value to anybody if all you are is thinking about yourself and putting the focus on yourself. So what should relax you is that you are here to be in service of you guys out there. That is what excitement is all about. So if I change my mind and I think, wow, what an opportunity to come here and share my story, and maybe someone will learn something about my story, maybe they will have a better life because of it, or maybe they'll feel less lonely because of it. And maybe if that doesn't happen, at least I'm coming in and I can bring joy and I can bring love and we can share something together. So I'm taking care of you guys. My focus is on you. And when my focus is outwards, I can relax and I can be of service to myself and to all of you guys, right? So that's the beautiful thing. As a public speaker, it's not about you. It's about your listener. So that should be able to relax you, right? And so the third thing I like to talk about with nerves, I like to touch on, is something that's really difficult for people to do. And that is the genesis of charm. Thank you. So, what is it? You're doing it now. It's smiling. Smiling is the genesis of charm. And what is charm? What is charisma? Charisma is focused emotion. Charming is disarming, and funny is money. We love humor because it brings us back to the present moment, right? So, when you smile, what are you doing? You're telling people that I'm happy that you're here. And I'm happy, more importantly, that you're here with me. I want to be in the room with someone that wants to be in the room with me, right? And neurologically, it has some benefits too. Neurologically, you're sending the signal to your brain saying, hey, I got this, right? Oh, also what's important is you want to smile and breathe at the same time, because there's nothing scarier than a smile with no breath. It's like, maybe you call the cops, right? You're like, what's funny about this? So smile, right? You relax everything. So nerves, we've all got them. You don't have to necessarily conquer nerves, but you can allow them to bring out your best. Mark Twain said there are 2 types of public speakers, the nervous and the liars. Everybody gets nervous, so you're not alone. Mark Twain's got your back, right? So the second biggest question that I get is, okay, so Polly, I gotta move around, I'm a mover, right? I gotta pace, I gotta do my thing, and I'm Italian, so I gotta use my hands, right? What do I do with my hands? Get this all the time. So, how many of you guys have heard of some dude named William Shakespeare? Heard of him? He wrote some hilarious play called Hamlet. Yeah? So, in Hamlet, he wrote, Suit the action to the word to the action. What does this mean? So if I'm going to share a story about the time that I ran a marathon and it was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, I can run a marathon with my body. My actions are following my words, right? Tammy did this beautiful thing where she brought us back to 1985, and we went to high school with her, and she put the cheerleaders over there, and she put the potheads over here, and she painted this picture. Her actions followed her words, right? So we want to move with purpose, always with intention. We all know the guy who rocks back and forth, right? The rocker. We know the guy that's got like the perpetual fly in a shirt that's always going like this. And my favorite one is like the neurotic tap dancer that doesn't know what to do. They're just kind of like that. So what are we looking at? We're looking at their feet, right? Because tension draws attention. So when you're relaxed, as the audience, we're also relaxed. And you also want to think about moving always with intention, and if you don't move, stillness is your friend. There is power in stillness. It means every other movement you make has meaning. So if you think of a chessboard, right? What does the king do? He stands still, and everything moves around him. Stillness is your friend, right? So let's say we're working together, we're new here, and you're like, oh my God, I got a team meeting tomorrow, I need something, I gotta move, help me. I'm gonna give you 6 movements that I'm gonna have all of you stand up again. Awesome. Yeah, this is new for you guys too. So, and I want you to repeat after me, okay? I have a microphone, so it's to you. Oh, actually, Tammy, will you help me? Sure. Thank you. This is gonna suck for your world. It's worse than this. Thank you. So, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna have a very important thing to say. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. So, when you have an important point to make, the first movement you're gonna do is you're gonna say, guys, this is important. Right? You're gonna do the chop. Yeah. Or listen up. You're gonna chop, right?
Listen up.
There you go. Yeah, thanks for repeating. You don't have to, but it's nice. So, guys, listen up, right? And then you start building. You're liking this, right? People are paying attention. And then you're going to do the double chop. Yeah, right? Because point 1 is important, but there's nothing like point 2. Right? Cool. And then, if you're liking this movement thing, you have a third really important point, and that's the most important. So you're going to tell them how important it is. Yeah, great. So let's review. The chop, the double chop, the fist. Right? Great. Moving on. Great. And then you're going to reflect on your childhood. You're going to talk about things that happened to you when you were a small child. I grew up in Mexico City, and it was my dream to one day come to New York. And when I came to New York, I saw all of you guys. Right? So when you're talking about your own experiences, you want to bring it in. And then we're going to talk about you, right? So let's review. We got the chop, we got the double chop, we got the fist. Talking about me, and you guys. Awesome. So there's one more, and this is my favorite for you Italians out there. It's called the basta. Basta, right? We as American citizens need to come together and change the world for good, right? That's the pinnacle. Awesome. So really quickly review, and then I'm going to have someone come down and demonstrate. Thank you very much, Tammy. Does anyone want to run up here and do it? What's your name?
Karen.
Karen. Let's hear it for Karen. What's something that you're deeply passionate about?
Preventing cancer.
Oh, whew. Awesome. Great. So now, give us something about that and use the 6 new gestures you just learned. It can be big and
Cancer sucks.
Cancer has taken over the world. We want to prevent cancer by donating to research and getting research out there so people know it's so dear to my heart that prevention is available.
Let's end cancer now.
Let's end cancer now.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much for being such a sport. So, for you guys, go home and practice it at the dinner table. The thing is to be seamless. You don't want people being like, you just learned that, right? Just go home and practice it. So, one more time, let's hear it for Karen. So, the third and final tidbit I will give you is, I get this all the time, Polly, man, once I'm in, I'm grooving, I'm flowing with the audience, people are nodding, people are smiling, but man, I freaking hate intros. How the hell do I start a talk? This is such a common question. So this is what not to do, right? Oh my God, you guys, I'm so happy to be here. So my name's Polly, I'm a public speaking coach. We're in Albany, and is this working? The lights are okay? Okay, so my name, I'm Polly, and I'm giving you full permission to reach into your phones and check your Facebook. You guys are gonna tune out. You probably got a program, we all know this information, right? So our jobs, we will thank the audience if you come in shot out of a cannon and you get right to it and leave us wanting more, right? The audience will thank you for doing that. So what are some solid beginnings, right? You can start with a quote. You can say, as my favorite poet Rumi once said, sell your cleverness and purchase bewilderment. Or you can start with a stat. Did you know that there are more people alive today than there have ever been dead in the history of mankind? Isn't that crazy? Think about that, right? You can start with a what-if scenario or an imagine-if scenario. Imagine it's your first time going skydiving. Your hands are really sweaty, you've got your gear on, but you can't wait to jump off and feel that wind in your hair, right? What's the beautiful thing about this is we're getting, you guys all pictured skydiving, even a little bit. So we're taking this sensory experience with you. And when you engage your body, not just your brain, then we can really take action with you. So the other thing you can do, and Darren did a really great job about this, is asking questions. How many of you guys have been part of a special team, right? So the beautiful thing about questions is the human brain hates unanswered questions. So by posing a question, our brains are going to look for answers. Thus, there's a symbiosis happening. I love that you're nodding your head, right? We're having a connection happen here. But my absolute favorite way of starting a talk, and it's my wish that you guys all start doing this as well if you don't already, is to start with a personal story, a personal journey that you have been through. And if you're going to talk about taxes, or if you're going to talk about your tech company, you will tie it back to why this process or this product is important, why it's meaningful for you, and what are the benefits of using this process or this product, because stories are about people. The processes and the products, they're great, but it's the story of the people behind it that matters, right? So when you are tucking your kids in and you read them a bedtime story, how does it start? Once upon a time. And it's timeless. It's withstood the test of time for a reason, because it feels so good to be in a moment in time. So now, let's just make it a little bit more modern and a little bit more adult. In 1985, I walked through the doors of Draper High for the very first time, right? It's a moment in time and we're with you. See, we want to see ourselves in you, right? We want to walk in your shoes, and when we care about you, then we're going to be able to take the action that you want us to take, because that's what unites us all. Got it? So, Maud Bellew was Martin Luther King's personal secretary from 1955 to 1960. And throughout her whole life, they asked her, how did Dr. King be the most impactful speaker in history? What did he do? I want to do that too. And Maud said the same thing every time. She said, well, it's easy. Dr. King was the greatest listener I ever knew. So I want to invite you all to be the greatest listeners that you all know. Be the best listener to your children. Be the best listener to your spouses, your parents, your teens, be the best listener to that inner voice that knows what's best for you and other people, right? Because public speaking is about unifying people. It's about having the ability to say, you're not alone. You can get through it. And it might get difficult sometimes, but you will get through it. So I'll end it with this. Make your life a work of art. Make your life a work of heart. Thank you so much for coming to the EO Talk and Albany. You guys should be
Thank you so much, Polly. That was awesome. And thank you all for sharing your evening with us. I hope you all have taken some value from all the time and energy that have been put into these talks. You all are the reason that tonight is special for the people up here, so thanks again. We also have a couple of gifts for all of the speakers and Paul. So.
Who wants to share this?
Thanks again for your time tonight. I want to call a special thanks to all of our strategic partners who are here tonight, who really add value to our chapter in many different ways through their expertise and their financial contributions that make events like this possible. So thank you all very much for your time tonight. Please use a few minutes after the talk tonight to visit with any speakers that you'd like to learn more, and we would love to see you at all of our future events. So thanks again for your time, and have a great night.